Hand clap to the massive brothers and sisters. We are finally back. We finally made it to another one. Another reaction on the one and only Mystelics reaction, guys. Big up all yourself for definitely being a part of these vibrations. I appreciate every single one of you guys. Of course, I know you guys missed me yesterday on the BrBpTV live interaction vibrations. I know I was supposed to do one, but unfortunately, I was not able to do so as a result of a number of projects I was actually doing that time. But of course, hopefully during the week or on Sunday, we'll definitely be back. Man, we have some catching up to do. For real. For real. So hopefully tune in for that vibration, brothers and sisters. I would appreciate that right there. Of course, like I did before, don't forget to click the thumbs up button. Click it, brothers and sisters. I would appreciate already. Click the thumbs up button. Click the like button right there. Of course, helping to push these videos further. And of course, if you've not done so, subscribe, brothers and sisters. Subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come through right there and then. Without a further ado, brothers and sisters, you guys were bombarding me left, right, and center from across. Literally from across the world, brothers and sisters. Individuals were sending me this sentiment right there. Now guys, there's something I need to point out yet again, because some of you guys seem to say, Mystelics, you know, you just talk for talking sake or something. Most of all, you know, I doesn't just talk for talking sake. I've been saying this thing time and time over time again. It seems like the government, and I said this all the way down since 2000, just after 2004, probably around 2006, 2007, I told individuals out there, I said, SKERRIT is going to make himself a king in Dominica. Literally a king in Dominica. Not by name, he's known as the prime minister, but even the president is one of his loyal subjects. The president, brothers and sisters, I think from Charles Savre to this one, pretty much they are his loyal subjects, brothers and sisters. It's not too far-fetched. It's not too far-fetched to say this. You know why? Because from the looks of things, that's what we're seeing right there. And of course, it seems like Dominica is SKERRIT's kingdom. You know, that's his kingdom right there, brothers and sisters. And of course, we will find out what this is right there if you haven't gotten the memo yet. These have been sent to me quite a number of times, brothers and sisters. Anyways, Minister of Finance, or Ministry of Finance, Economic Development, Climate Resilience, and Social Security right there. Of course, from the Financial Secretary to Permanent Secretary of the Office of the Prime Minister right there, November 11th. This was sent out right there. That was about 14 days ago, brothers and sisters. Approval of the purchase of a vehicle. Oh, Mystelics, but maybe the vehicle the Prime Minister them have not really working properly, so they need some new vehicle, brothers and sisters. The Honorable Minister of Finance has approved the purchase of a vehicle to be used for the transportation of the children of the Honorable Prime Minister. Guys, let me know, where in the history of Dominica have you ever heard this has ever happened? Ever, brothers and sisters. Tell me if you hear that in other countries. Some of, like I indicated before, all you was telling me this thing from across the world, so I'm guessing you guys definitely want to see my viewpoint. So from across the world, brothers and sisters, let me know where you hear there's a purchasing of a vehicle from the public's purse, mind you. From the public's purse. This is why you see Minister of Finance, Ministry of Finance and Economic Development, and what have you, climate, whatever, brothers and sisters. This is why you see that on top there, on the title. All right. So it's from the public's purse. Apparently, SKERRIT has, through the Finance Minister, has approved the purchasing of a vehicle to be used for the transportation of the children of the Honorable Prime Minister. The vehicle to be purchased, of course, it was purchased already. I'll show you guys in a moment. Was purchased at J. Astor Funds & Co. Ltd. at the cost of $184,000 and $184,500, brothers and sisters. $184,500. All right. Expenditure to be met on the recurrent head. And you see this thing right there. Please be guided accordingly. All right. Great. Now, this apparently is alleged to be the vehicle. Right there, brothers and sisters. I myself, when I saw this for the first time, I was like, maybe the government vehicle stopped to have a little fun by the bush. You see me? Because we saw a vehicle in front, but individuals were telling me, no, that's the very vehicle that they're talking about right there, apparently. Well, it's alleged to be that vehicle Right there. Let me just say that right there. I say maybe that person in front, hey, lunchtime, come now, let's go to Zion. Zion, and let's share some macaroni and corned beef. Macaroni and corned beef, man. Boiled macaroni and corned beef with some ketchup and mayonnaise. Yes, man, come, let's have some lunch. That's the first sort of thought that I had in my head, but apparently they say no, this is the actual vehicle right there. It's very interesting what is going on, brothers and sisters. And of course, there's people writing memes right there. Dominicans watching Dimitri get dropped off to school on his new car. Now keep in mind, Dimitri is like probably 10 years, I don't know how long SKERRIT in power. Yeah, probably around 10 years, I don't know. He's a little boy, brothers and sisters, and his sister is a little girl. All right, so I know it's not them that driving. So that means most likely they also have a chauffeur that is also being paid under the public's purse, to transport them around. So it is now the country's responsibility to take care of the Prime Minister's children. Maybe the very country is the one paying for the children to go to school. And maybe when they get older, the country be paying for them to go university, and even though they are American citizens, So it's very interesting. Anyways, so apparently Dominicans will be watching kind of like this right there, seeing Dimitri being dropped off to school on his new Escalade, man. He's not an Escalade, but you get my point, brothers and sisters. Somebody also posted this right there. Dimitri and Isabella, I guess that's the sister, watching Dominicans from the window of their new car. The Prestige. Prestige, yes, sir. Brothers and sisters, this is what Dominicans have allowed to happen to them. Very interesting times that we're living in, brothers and sisters. And of course, I must show this right there. Remember, just the other day, you guys, if you saw it on the vlog, well, most likely you saw it on the vlog, because that vlog got a lot of hits right there, brothers and sisters. But remember when the Axum school, the new medical school in Portsmouth that replaced the Ross University after, SKERRIT made it go, for whatever reason or the other, and it went to, it hit the back of a truck, and they were trying to, free him, and it seems like they were using crowbars and these kind of things there. All right. So apparently one of these things, according to what I'm seeing here, the jaws of life for the fire department will cost about $7,000. I'm guessing maybe EC dollars, give or take, brothers and sisters, something of that sort. But apparently, Dominica cannot purchase these things. Different accidents have been happening from time to time, especially now. I was going to show a number of accidents. I should have done that too, because I saw a number of them pop up on my feed and stuff. But there were a number of accidents yesterday. I think there was one today as well. So, accidents tend to happen, and you think you need the proper equipment for you to get these things. This is one of the things I always point out, brothers and sisters, especially when it comes down to the hospital region. We don't have the proper stuff, the proper equipment to do the necessities that needs to be done when it comes down to the Dominica's healthcare. But SKERRIT can't send his children overseas. He told his people that, He tell his supporters, I can send my family and my children and, my people overseas for better medical attention. And they're asking, what about you? that is I put a person in position to do things for me, especially when it comes down to the medical, to improve the medical care in Dominica. The person coming on podium and telling me they can send their children overseas under the very taxpayers' dollars, brothers and sisters. They can send them? Yes. They can do so right there, brothers and sisters. And they come in and tell the supporters who voted for them to do for them. They come in and ask him, so I can send my people overseas? What about all you? No. When the equipments are needed, brothers and sisters, when monies need to be allocated. Now keep in mind, it's not that Dominica doesn't have the monies, The monies apparently is being used for whom? That is the question right there. Because recently, November 11th, $184,500 worth vehicle by J.R. Stephens was purchased for his children to ride up and down. And they have their own chauffeur. They probably have going to give them snacks and I don't know. Probably, like limo. They have snacks and stuff inside there. They probably have games and, you know, Nintendo 64 and so forth inside there. I don't know. I don't see it inside myself, brothers and sisters, but it will cost about $7,000 to get these things to actually help Dominicans, especially when it comes down to the incident and accidents that tend to happen more frequently than they should be happening for some strange reason or the other. But it has happened, brothers and sisters, and the equipments that are needed can be purchased, but they are not. But instead, what is being purchased is for King SKERRIT and his family. Yes, brothers and sisters, that is pretty much what is happening right there. On November 11th, they purchased a $184,500 worth vehicle to ride their children up and down the place to school and what have you. But when we need it, brothers and sisters, when we need proper medical facilities, we need proper medications, we need things that can actually help the people, that cost way less. That costs way less, brothers and sisters. We don't seem to be getting it. And Dominicans doesn't seem to understand what is actually happening to them for some reason or the other. I've been saying this time and time over time again, that they are going to make themselves look like kings. These people are coming to parliament looking like the dress is like a fashion show. They're coming in, wearing all sorts of expensive attire in a country that is not doing well economically. You have all sorts of thousands of US dollars worth of stuff on you. Who do you think they're doing that for? For you? Or they want to adorn themselves in the finest of linens? So when they come forth, you'll have to look up to them and, oh wow, you know, I am the queen. Who are you? My royal subjects. It's pretty much what happens in the kingdom, you know. How the king gets fed, the peasants out all over the place, the peasants, they call them, are the ones working and toiling the soil, and then they have to give a portion of what they make to the king, the best. Not just a portion, but the very best of what they have made, they have to send it to the king. Therefore, the king can fully eat however he wants. That is the same thing that is happening in Dominica. What Dominicans actually need to get, they're not getting it. What Dominicans doesn't need, they're buying it for themselves so they can better their own lives. This is why I always tell people, what exactly is the reason for the government? Now, brothers and sisters, remember when SKERRIT was talking about fridge? Well, I have it.
If it's not a need, you can do without it.
And SKERRIT is smiling. That's a part of psychology, brothers and sisters. Somebody's always smiling, and you know, the person does look worried, even though internally they're worried, but they come onto the public and they're smiling and they're looking like they're joyful. So that gives you an impression that that person has a level of command in the life of what is going on. That is what that is about. The man is coming and tell you not to buy fridge.
If it's not a need, you can do without it. If there's a set that costs 4,000 and you can do it one that costs 1,500, take the one that's 1,500 and save the rest of the money. Do not go and buy an expensive fridge because there's an ice dispenser on the door and you just put your glass and you get the ice. You don't need that.
Some of them will vex, you know, but others will clap it.
Let us do the old way. Let us use the old containers, the old...
And when he say let us, he's not talking about himself. He just bought his children a vehicle for them to go up and down the place. And they cannot even drive.
Old butter container and make our ice, and we take our ice pick and we pick our ice.
Ask him if that is in his fridge. I'm sure his fridge making juice. Matter of fact, his fridge probably getting fresh juice from the tree outside, because he probably have people working outside to squeeze the juice that will then go straight into his fridge. I just exaggerated right there. It could be, I don't know, but he have a fridge that making nice dispenser, and he's telling you not to do that because he has destroyed the economy, causing your finances to be very low, and as a result of that, he's then telling you, no, you don't buy fridge with ice dispenser. Go and fill a bucket and put it in your fridge, in your freezer, so it can fridge and use the ice breaker when you want ice, you know.
What's wrong with that?
People will clap in that way. The same way when you say you can send his children overseas for better for medical attention, and people clapping. Something wrong. Yo.
My brother, I run things in Dominica.
That's right. When you can publicly come out and tell the public that, hey, I am purchasing a vehicle for my little ones. Not from his salary, you know. From the public's purse. He's saying, I'm purchasing a vehicle from the public's purse. That's supposed to help not just one set of people, but everybody. And to help everybody, you have things like the roads to fix. You have better medical equipment. You have all these things, better educational things you can put in, you know, in educational facilities and so forth and so forth. Fixing the library where people can actually go and, you know.
My brother, I run things in Dominica, ladies and gentlemen.
So when I told you that scared them was going to make themselves kings and queens. Well, I didn't say the queens part. I said kings. You think I was joking? You think I was joking? Brothers and sisters, all you saw what I saw. You see that? You see that? You see that? You see? You I'm trying to think if I can open people's eyes with opening my eyes. That's crazy. My dear.
I run things in Dominica, ladies and gentlemen.
And when he does these things and people are like, what is he doing and stuff, this is what he comes up with.
That's why they don't like me.
This is why they don't like you, SKERRIT. But you'll come up with some other thing, making it seem, oh, you're doing the best that you can and they still don't like you. Well, that's why they don't. No, that's why they don't like you, SKERRIT. And if it wasn't for the funds that you were giving individuals, you wouldn't. But he knows this. It's kind of like how the elites are doing it across the world, brothers and sisters. They try their best to make as much money as possible so they can use these monies that they do not value themselves. They value power. They value status. They value prestige. Whereas they know that the people cannot obtain these things without the very finances. So they obtain the little finances in magnitudes, brothers and sisters. $1 trillion companies and $1 billion companies, and you know, they have a lot of monies. And then they know you want something. What is your price? Maybe I'll give you $5 million. $5 million to $1 billion is nothing. $5 million to $1 trillion is nothing. And these people are making it like that, and then they use it because they know people want these things. How easy it is. I was reading a documentary of an African government, and the person sold out their people to the Chinese. They sold out their own people to the Chinese. How? Because the Chinese promised him, I think, $1.5 million US dollars with a nice big home to retire, vehicles and this kind of things there. That they gave him these things and he sold out his own people. You think that is monies to them? That is nothing, brothers and sisters. That's absolutely nothing to them. But to you, this, oh, I want to be a millionaire. Wow. $1 million, $2 million. What? Let me see. What? I don't have to do nothing. I just need to sign that document and let you go away with that and check your sin. You see? This is why it's necessary to vote in the right set of people. Some of you always saying, I don't want to vote and this and that. You need to vote. You need to vote and say, oh, SKERRIT, we need to take. No, brothers and sisters, you need to vote. You need to go there and say, hey, this is what needs to be done. This is what I need to do. Because it's necessary. Because if you have the wrong set of people in positions, chaos will ensue. And it's very clear in Dominica. Buying your children vehicle. Most likely if a chauffeur, because none of them can drive, to bring them to school. So what happened to them not using the bus? Huh? The car used the bus. Huh? Well, you say the Prime Minister. Well, send one of them fellas that security guard on the bus too. No. You take the public's purse to buy a brand new vehicle. And then you say stuff like this.
Why I don't care?
Of course you don't care. Nobody that cares for the people cares at all does this thing. Nobody. Somehow you have to go and drink a glass of rum. Ask me why that day, I don't know. very interesting, brothers and sisters. Anyways, people are making kicks off and what have you on that. So
Mr. PM, what about the vehicle for your trip?
Stop right there. See, you Dominicans, you are trying to bring things that don't concern you.
the public's purse doesn't concern the people. That's something like what he would say for real.
See,
and I'm betting, brothers and sisters, in the press conference, he's going to say, nobody asked me this question. And then the journalists that are there are just going to be like, okay, we want to come to the press conference. So you wouldn't go against what you are saying. Even though the journalists are supposed to be responsible to the people. And the questions that the people have. You see how interesting it is when you're able to manipulate different sects or sectors? You see how easy and crazy it is? You would not be able to know the truth. If you go this place for that person to help you because there's a level of injustice taking place, they cannot help you. You go to the court system, there's injustice happening, they cannot help you. All you know what? Okay.
You Dominicans, you are trying to bring things that don't concern you. Come on. This is not the concern of the public. The Minister of Finance saw it fit that, these are not regular children. These children do not eat in ice from regular butter containers. You guys need to be focused on what concerns you. Come on, you need to focus on, the salaries that you have. If it's $1,000 you get a month, focus on saving. Focus on what concerns you. You guys are being a complaining society. You guys can do better than that. But you all are maybe thinking about this.
That's crazy how you do, because that sounds exactly what SKERRIT would say. The very thing that concerns the people is telling them it doesn't concern them. That's money coming from the public's purse that the people have allowed to put him in charge of. Well, through the Minister of Finance. I wonder if the Minister of Finance had children. I don't know. Maybe he himself needs a transport too.
The Dominic situation with the generator, the ambulance system with the lack of equipment. But these things are in the works. And if he felt like this was priority, then so be it.
That is crazy. Right there, bro. He felt that was priority. So with all the accidents and the need for the jaws of life to free people. Remember the situation like I indicated before that took place with the Axum bus? The new medical school from Small bus. He mashed up his leg, right, guys? You know that? How would it can you imagine if somebody was leaking out? I say they were leaking out for YouTube funny. Can you imagine an accident and you leaking out, brothers and sisters? And it would take the very equipment, the jaws of life, to free you from the metal that is around your body, gripping you, holding you in place. Instead, they buy that. They send in to buy vehicle for scary children. On the taxes and all the monies that you put into forward. Brothers and sisters, we went to the license place the other day. And I just think to myself, but wait a while. A few people have these things, and this costs this amount of money. These people are probably making around between $800,000 to about $8 million per month. Unless my math is not mathing properly. That is crazy, brothers and sisters. Can you imagine that? And that is on the low end, That is on the low end. So all you understand what I'm saying now? Some people watch this video and still don't get it now. You will still not get it now. But you see, when you're wicked in your heart, brothers and sisters, the only thing that is affecting you is you. Because when your family member is going to the hospital and they don't have the proper equipment to save your family members, or your family members are alive, but because they're on the bed, and the bed creating bed sores because they do not have the proper beds to prevent bed sores. Because they want to be cheap and, you don't have much money. Let's just do this. We do this, we make a nice building, we put that stuff inside there, but we doesn't go inside there. I think, what's his name? Mr. Speaker of the House does go in that hospital, though. But have you ever seen a minister of government in the hospital? Huh? Have you ever seen SKERRIT in the hospital, brothers and sisters? Ever? In the new hospital? So they doesn't get sick? No? Okay.
You know, these children need to be given exquisite transportation. I was surprised when I saw the letter as well, the authorization letter. Okay?
Interesting. Kudos to this individual right there. Lifestyle of loyalty. Kudos for that one, especially this tamarind right there, brothers and sisters. But talking about the Mr. Speaker of the House. Remember when the Mr. Speaker of the House was talking like this?
Duty free for everything, for vehicles, while nurses are struggling.
They're getting duty free for everything, while nurses are struggling
to get home. Public officers work for 20, 30 years. No duty-free access for nothing. And my guys in the block in Soufriere, the guys in the block in Rosso, the guys in the block in Goodwill, they're coming on the block and asking them to give them support. I'm telling you guys on the block, when they come to you.
Well, you already know what to do. But apparently this very individual who's talking truth and speaking truth to power, he sold out himself too. Interesting. He was blue, now he red. He sold out himself, brothers and sisters. He wanted a piece of that cake. He wanted the cake and he wanted to eat it too. Imagine times, how time can change. Imagine that. Imagine it. You seen the suffering of the people, but instead greed is a hell of a thing, ain't it? You sold out your own self to make a mockery of yourself. Brothers and sisters, one of the things with me, I'm a man of principle. And I don't think I have seen monies in my life. I have seen things, bro. I know what wealth looks like. I know what it looks like. And for some reason or the other, that doesn't to see how far people go to sell out their own people. It happened during slavery, brothers and sisters. We always blame the white man. The white man is the white man that, brothers and sisters. But slavery was in Africa long before the white man came. The very Bible spoke about it. In fact, the Bible spoke about two different types of slavery. One was when the people gave themselves up to be to be servants, slaves, just like public servants. It's the same concept, brothers and sisters. They gave themselves up so they can earn a better living, they can have a better life. And then the other part is those who were rebellious and, who conquered and they ended up being slaves and stuff for somebody else. So when you read in the Bible, think of it that way. Yeah, there are two types of slavery. We have it today, brothers and sisters. But we have many types of slavery today. We have mental slavery. We have physical slavery. We have financial slavery. We have debt slavery. Basically, what would you do when you're in serious debt? What would you do? What would you give up? What would you do if you cool a bakery and you have a mountain debts, probably to 1 point something or 2 point something million dollars? What would you do if you cool a bakery in Portsmouth? What would be your price? Knowing that you have a family and you have to take care of them and this kind of things there. What would be your price? What would be your price to sell out your own people, even though they have constantly been voting for you to do things for them? And they foolishly keep blinding themselves. Human beings can be very wicked to themselves, you know that? Humans can be very, very wicked to their own selves. The man just buy a vehicle for his children on that public purse. Yo. When will you guys get it? People messaging me, Mystelics, Dominica finish, blah blah all that. The same people, some that tell me Dominica finish themselves. Did you vote? No, I don't vote in. I had to register to vote. No, that stuff. And we expect to have change in Dominica. We expect to have betterment in Dominica. Really? Brothers and sisters, I remember when labor rights was so happy that SKERRIT took it over. People rejoiced, you know, when SKERRIT took over Dumb Leg. Well, the government of Dominica took over Dumb Leg, boy. Rejoicing! Woo! People say we don't can pay electricity again today. Mankind is talking about load shedding, boy. In these modern times, bare sunshine. Load shedding. You don't think it oh my God. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Man, I've been saying this for so long. So long I've been saying this stuff, man. Anyways, guys, what are your thoughts, man? Leave your thoughts in the comment box below, guys. And of course, this is all I have for this reaction vibrations. Leave your thoughts in the comment box below. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button if you understand what I'm saying, guys. And of course, with that said right there, subscribe if you have not done so yet. Subscribe and turn on the post notifications so you can get the latest vibrations when they tend to come from. Help this here channel to go further and further in that regard. Right there, it's about Mystelics once again, guys. Be real, salute the king. Always.